very geopolitical dynamics here in the next few years, because who the heck knows based on all of that.
Yeah, and if I was just to be a little bit cynical for a moment, like for the companies that embrace change to the workplace, especially changes that put employee well-being and autonomy first, in your experience, are there motives, profit or people? I know a lot of the studies that you reference, for example, show that profits go up when people are trusted and given autonomy, which is a great sign and an impetus. But it makes it easy for institutions to support such changes because they're going to see positive outcomes from it. But do you think that would change if profits suddenly went down? And, if there's a plateauing of the the positive outcomes that companies see, how much faith essentially do these companies actually have in the moral argument versus it being purely a numbers game?
Well, I mean, I think if I understand your question, will the angels of our nature emerge here, or will it be that consistent and persistent devil? And I think again, the long arc would say we're getting better. I think if you zoom into this moment, it's hard to tell. And I would just say that we've got a generation of folks in the baby boomers that are going to start retiring soon. And, you can't help but to have a new perspective and a new energy there. And I think in a lot of ways, we have some externalities like climate change, and we have some externalities like, the war in everywhere. And, what do we do with the amount of debt in the world right now? These are not easy answers. And in some ways, I've always said this, I'm waiting for the aliens to show up so that we can all find a little common ground and work on these things together. But, in the interim, you're probably not wrong. I think there are going to be, a continued, think about GE, think about IBM, think about all these big companies that they were the old tried and true blues. And then other companies came around and said, there's another way to do this. And I do have hope, capitalism isn't all bad. I think in a lot of respects, competition can emerge here. And because the market is changing, 75% of the buying power will be in the millennials and the Zs very shortly. They buy differently than you and I do. And I think that ultimately is the lever. But we'll see.